Okay, so I got a story for you. If you have watched Quirky Faith at all, you know I am a complete pushover for any good nonprofit. And this last week, we went to a fundraiser dinner just a couple nights ago for, it stands for Youth Efforts Against Hunger. I'm going to put a link to their webpage at the end of this video. And I would just encourage you to go. Last year, what they do, Youth Efforts Against Hunger, is an organization here in Clark County, Washington. And it's a bunch of 4-H kids. And what they do is they raise animals and then they donate all the meat to the local food bank. They've been going 10 years. It was insane. They raised like 70,000 pounds of meat. Last year alone, they raised 14,000 pounds of meat that they donated. That's after processing. It was like 100,000 people in Vancouver go hungry every year and utilize the food bank. And you know, when you think food bank, what do people donate? Green beans, right? Green beans or top ramen. Nope, not in Clark County. The kids get together, they work all year long, they raise the animals, and they donate the meat to the local food bank. So I love, it's another great program. Well, we went to their fundraiser. And earlier in the week, speaking of hunger, I had been talking about an air fryer. And I've never tried anything air fried, but I like fried food, but I also like my pants to fit. So I'm in this, constant struggle. Donuts, french fries, mozzarella cheese sticks. And so the idea of an air fryer, kind of intrigues me. But is it going to be the same? I don't know. And I didn't want to invest whatever money it was going to be to buy an air fryer. But I told my husband, I said, I just want somebody to cook me something in one so I know, is it good or not? So anyway, food was on the brain. And we went to this fundraiser, and there's a bunch of kids, and they were all dressed up in hee-haw costumes. It was darling. They were playing music, and they're raising money to raise animals to help hungry people. It's like farm kids helping hungry people. Here's my wallet is what I was thinking. So this girl comes up to me and says, do you want to buy a square for the bunny contest? And I'm like, what bunny contest? And she says, well, you could win all these prizes. And I look over at the table and there's an air fryer. We could win an air fryer. So I'm like, heck yeah, give me the square. Costs $25, and what you get is this little square. It was about this big, and it had a number on it. We were 47. And what it corresponded to is they had this big blue tarp, and it was all split up like, a grid. And when you bought your number, you were one of the squares on the grid. And then they were going to take bunnies and put them on the tarp and just watch to see what happens. And if the bunny poops on your square, you win. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. So what they did is, we all got our squares, and then what they did is they did a Facebook Live. You can actually see this if you go back to their Facebook page. They did a Facebook Live of the bunnies up on the big screen while the oral auction was going on. And, I didn't want any of the oral auction items. We'd already kind of done what we were going to do for the night, and so I wasn't really paying attention to the oral auction, which is not a good idea. Just a little foreshadowing. So I'm watching the bunnies hop around on the tarp instead of paying attention to the oral auction. So I see the bunny, and the bunny goes up to number 47. And the camera zooms in, and oh my gosh, the bunny poo on my number, and I'm gonna win an air fryer. And I was so excited. I went like this, and I went, woo! And my husband kind of punched me, and I hear the auctioneer say, $800, and points at me. I'm like, oh shoot, I think I just bid. And I look at my husband and I said, what did I bid on? And he said, 10 yards of gravel. Oh Lord, this is me in life. I'm watching one thing over here, totally distracted. I'm not paying attention to the main thing, and pretty soon I've bid $800 on gravel. So this is what grace is the lady at the table next to me wanted the gravel, and she bid $850. Thank goodness. So then the auctioneer is looking back at me, and now thankfully I'm paying attention. I've quit being distracted by the bunny poop. And he's like, oh, $900. I don't want gravel. It took a while. Like all the rooms watching me. Don't you love hungry kids? Don't you want farm kids to raise chicken by the gravel? You said 800. You know, all the pressure. I'm like, I really don't want gravel. So I convinced him. The other lady won her $8.50, and we went back, and guess what we won? We won the air fryer. I'm so excited. Erin made donuts this week, and you know, they weren't the same as Krispy Kreme donuts, but they were pretty good. So that's my story for today. But more importantly, what I want to tell you is keep your eye on the prize. You know, don't get distracted by a little bit of poo in your life and the shiny new air fryer. Keep your eye on the prize, because there are important things happening that you want to make sure when the time is right to raise your hand. You know, count me in for what's Jesus doing. I don't want any gravel, but what Jesus is doing, count me in.